Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. Sometimes I read this stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, what a world we live in. The TSA is officially begging, yes, I use the word begging, people to stop using their Costco cards as real ID at airport security. Apparently this is a thing. In a spicy Facebook post, yes, the TSA has Facebook energy now. They actually wrote, "We love hot dogs and rotisserie chicken as much as the next person, but please stop telling people their Costco card counts as a real ID because it absolutely does not." People are seriously waving around a picture of themselves next to a 48-pack of toilet paper and expecting to board a flight. Well, it's probably the same person who thinks airplane mode means running around with their arms spread, making jet engine noise. Ooh. Hey, buckle up, Buttercup, because after all, it's the Kim Komando Show. I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you. Of course, you just tapped into the nation's largest award-winning best show about all things digital, because I am here to always make sure that you are tech ahead in life, because after all, if you're not, you're left tech behind in the digital dust. And you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 425 top stations. And of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. And wherever you get your podcasts, you can get the Kim Komando Show. And the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. It's the easy way to join in on the fun. But here's an insider secret. You don't have to sit on hold and wait for me. You can actually make an appointment. That's right. By going to Komando.com, the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. Every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, national holidays, even when I'm on vacation, I go to at least 35, 40 different sites. I read white papers. I talk to industry insiders to make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech world, so that when I sit here and do the show, there's this amazing transference of intellect and know-how that happens from my brain directly to yours. And here are 5 things that you need to know what's happening right now. And if you listened really carefully to the new FBI director, the National Security Director, and the Secretary of Homeland Security, they're all saying the same thing, folks. The probability of another crippling terrorist attack on America is higher than any other time since 9/11. But the word is out on how America is trying to protect itself. I mean, you tell me if you think this level of government surveillance is just too much for you. Here's a tiny sample of what's going on, and let me tell you, none of it's illegal. Geolocation devices are tracking possible terrorists using their phones, and also there's a network of license plate readers all working all the time. There's a quiet analysis of tens of millions personal IRS data, income, everything that they're doing on social media, every phone call that they're taking and receiving. It's all underway all the time. So is this too much, or is it too little, or is it just enough? This is what we know about. Okay, between us kids, there's probably a lot more surveillance going on. All right, moving on to number 2, talking about spies. If your car is not brand new, you can at least take some comfort that it's probably not reporting your driving habits to your insurance company. Well, not so fast. Maybe your car isn't. But maybe one of those innocent-looking smartphone apps could be doing it. Is one of these on your phone? You see, millions of us are using smartphone apps to find the cheapest gas. We want to avoid traffic jams. We also want to avoid those radar speed traps. And they have names like My Radar, Gas Buddy, and Life 360. But Here's the big but. These apps and so many more are sending your driving data, your speeds, your braking habits, your acceleration habits to third-party brokers who, yeah, you're with me, they quickly resell all of this to your insurance carrier. Now, the insurance companies say good drivers, you might be able to get some discounts, but you can bet this data can be used against you if your insurance carrier is forced to pay. So let me tell you, too good to be true. These free apps usually are. So before you install or use any of them, read the fine print, which I know what you're saying, Kim. It's pages and pages and pages of terms and conditions. I know. So that's why everybody just says, okay, I guess you get all my data. Speaking of cars, coming in at number 3, would you ever buy a car online? I'm not, but maybe I'm just not in the demographic because I want to drive the actual car first. As a matter of fact, my son Ian and I are going back and forth about this because he's like, Mom, just buy a car online. Just buy it, bring a trailer. I'm like, yeah, but I haven't sat in it. I haven't driven. He's like, yeah, but nobody does that anymore. Well, Carvana, Auto Trader, and a few others are appealing to Gen Zers and millennials. And they really have made buying a car online pretty routine. But they've also opened the doors to some big-time scammers. Now, Carvana and the others I mentioned are not scams, but scammers are running websites that look just like the big online used car companies. Buyers who think they're just too savvy to fall for a scam, doing just that. And the web experience feels good. The financing is real. You get car insurance, you get the Carfax. Everything looks so great. You're super excited, but the car never shows up at your door. We've had the calls here on the show. That poor woman, I think she lost like $50,000 because the driver just never showed up with her car. Moving on to number 4, about 15% of all married couples have cheated or were cheated on. And right now, about 1.2 million spouses are cheaters. But cheaters leave digital tracks. Now, we get this question here on the show from time to time, and here's some ideas. I mean, if you found no outward evidence in their email or text or trash or laptops or smartphones, now, the next steps are so risky that if the spouse is innocent, you could actually break up the marriage, and that's what's happening. What you do is you check the Notes app or Google Docs. It's a great hiding place for cheaters and messages and sexting photos. You want to look for a password-protected file with a name like HR Rules or something like non-attention grabbing. Now, nuclear options are trackers. Apple AirTags, Tiles are super popular. Just make sure you're not breaking the law, though, and be prepared for the fallout, because if somebody finds a tracker, that's endgame, folks. And finally, this coming in at number 5, this actually happened to me. So that's why I think this story caught my attention. How would you handle this situation? A job applicant shows up with mom or dad in tow for the initial interview. How would you handle that? Gen Zers, those are the ones born between 1997 and 2012, right after the millennials, and tens of thousands are now hitting the job market, of course. And competition is fierce, and they're looking for the safety and security of mom and dad. So here's the number. About a quarter of these applicants bring a parent to sit with them in the job interview. 3/4 get mom or dad to fill out the application. Would you like a complimentary security blanket from HR? Oh my gosh. I told the kid, I said, listen, I'm not hiring your mom. I'm talking to you. Mom, you're going to have to go wait outside. And she did not like that at all. All right, coming up, did your face train AI? Here's how to see. What's going on with the diamond ring that you may get in the mail? And let me tell you, we just have the best callers ever, and you have me. You don't want to miss here on the Kim Komando Show.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's our Christmas cash giveaway powered by Incogni. You know, you can hire real humans to scrub your personal data off the internet. Seriously, it's wild how much of your information is out there. And right now, you can get 60% off by going to privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. Giving away $500 gift cards, $200 gift cards, $100 gift cards, and $1,000 gift card. Yes, go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. Alrighty, then let's start some phone calls. Demetra in Louisville, Kentucky. Hi there. Welcome.
Hi, Kim. We've been fans of yours for decades as a family, and we're facing a problem that we thought if anybody has a possibility to have any insight about, it's you. Our daughter is a physician in a large medical system, and a medical assistant believes that our daughter is responsible for her firing, even though this medical assistant went through multiple other doctors before being placed with our daughter because our daughter's known for being tolerant and patient. Then this person went on to doctor rating sites on a kind of a tirade, such as Health Grades, Vitals, Google, anything she could get on, and impersonated a patient and went on a campaign of attacking our daughter. And in one post, she even accused our daughter of being racist, which is pretty serious. And it's the furthest from the truth because it's just not part of our ethics, and we're mixed race anyways. It's very hurtful. My daughter's super dedicated to patients. She volunteers with national patient advocacy groups. Her ratings before this were 5-star. And, you know, it would state that she listens to people, she's thorough, she's effective. So our other daughter went to contact these sites. Well, Vitals removed the post, and then this MA put more posts back up. And then, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. And Health Grades didn't respond. We didn't contact Google because the ding dong had the insight to put her own name up there. So we thought, okay, let's leave it. But we don't know what to do.
You know, this is a problem because there are crazy whack jobs in the world that like to say things that are not true, and then they get on the internet and they feel empowered to do this, right? Like, case in point, just to let you know, your daughter's not alone. If you were to look up my reviews on Glassdoor as an employer, oh my gosh, I am such a tyrant. I am horrible, horrible. Okay. Like, for example, I know this is pretty crazy, but even when it's 120 degrees out in Phoenix, Arizona, do you know what I do every morning? I stand outside the building with a clipboard and I check boxes and I look at a watch to see when people are arriving. Okay. I also do that at lunchtime and when people are leaving. Okay. Let me give you another example. That smoke detector in my office, that's not a smoke detector. Somebody put on Glassdoor that's a hidden camera. And it's not just in my office. Guess what? We have smoke detectors all throughout the building. They're not smoke detectors, Demetra. They're not. They're hidden cameras. And this way I can sit at home so I can see what people are doing. Also, sometimes when I leave at 3:00, do you know where I go? I go to the spa.
Oh.
Like, what? Okay. Let's see. One of our writers said that he was responsible totally for my success.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Also, you're not allowed to laugh in the office. If you do, you're going to be chastised. So what I did is I took all these reviews and we made a video. That is the promo video on my Glassdoor page that shows me in the parking lot with a clipboard. People having a meeting and they're laughing, and then I point my finger at them and go like, no. Because it's just stupid. It's just dumb. And it's typically people who don't want to take responsibility for their own actions, right? That's what it is.
That's correct. And she definitely, thankfully, sees it that way. But at the time, we really felt attacked.
Well, sure. It's vandalism is what it is. And it's attacking somebody's character, somebody who's worked, your daughter worked hard to get where she is right now. And then you've got some little pissant sitting there saying, something that's not true. So the good news is that the collective internet anonymous postings are going away. Meaning that Glassdoor now wants to authenticate who you are because there have been so many lawsuits against that company and Yelp and everybody else to say that you allow these anonymous reviews, but you know who this person is because you're going to track them by their IP number. In the case of the review, leave that up. Make sure you take screenshots of everything where this person actually used their real name, which is, not the sharpest, bulb in the bunch, right? So what you want to do is you want to save copies of anything that's related to this because you might need this evidence if legal action is warranted. Okay. You might just want to ask if anybody else who had any type of interaction with this MA, if they had experienced similar things, because now we have more than just one person. You can contact Google, Yelp, Health Grades, Vitals, whatever it is, because they do have these policies against impersonation. And so I would definitely fill out whatever form that you can, saying that this person is violating their policies, their community standards, or whatever it may be. What you can do and what I would do, and I'm not a lawyer and I don't play one on the radio or on the internet, but I did have somebody who was doing this years ago, and I got an attorney, and the attorney sent this person a letter, certified letter, and said, if you keep it up, we're going after you. We're not sure if it's you. We're not accusing you, but if in the unlikely or likely event that it is you, you're going to be facing some harassment charges, defamation. The lawyer knows what to say.
That would be worth it in itself, just to have that person receive that kind of notice. I think it's the feeling that, these people on the internet can have aliases and get away with doing really egregious things anonymously and feel like, nobody knows.
But we know. You know.
Yeah.
Your daughter knows. Your family knows. And this person knows. And, the threat of a lawsuit and everything else around with it normally is enough to make it stop, to make it, this person has to clearly move on, but they haven't done it yet. And this might be enough to either make them move on, but it might make them retaliate more. But in that case, then they're just going to keep posting. And that's when you take it to whatever next step that lawyer recommends. And in addition to this, the websites tend to respond at a quicker level when they get a notice from attorney to attorney.
Well, there you go. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good approach.
Your step is to, find somebody who specializes in intellectual property rights. And then normally they're going to be at, a bigger firm that has multiple offices, because I have found in my experience that, sole practitioners are great for certain things, but when it comes to dealing with big tech and getting through those loopholes in those systems that sometimes you need to have a lawyer who has an office where you are, but then they have another office in Menlo Park or in Silicon Valley where the headquarters are, and they know how to get through that whole rigmarole. You know what I'm talking about. If I can help anymore, just give me a call back. I'm always here for you. This happened in my household the other day. Barry lost his phone. He had no idea where it was. He had it on silent. And I said, you know what? Here's how you do it. You go over to iCloud.com and you log in with your Apple ID, and then you hit play the sound. Okay, that's it. So if your phone is on silent, you don't know where it is, just log into your iCloud account on the web. Same deal for Android. Go to android.com/find. You log in and you hit play sound, and then your phone will ring nonstop for about 5 minutes, even on silent. That's for Android. On iPhones, let me tell you, you don't get 5 minutes. You get just a couple of rings, and you're sitting there going, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With the all-new Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from good to excellent. Introducing the new Sleep Score on Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
Google has mapped out at least 98% of the world, and you can see it all on Google Earth. And I know you're sitting there going like, well, Kim, I never go to Google Earth. Well, here's why you might want to. You can create your own visual travel scrapbook, spotlighting different points of interest. So let's say you went on a trip to Paris. So you can drop a pin on Google Earth And then you want to highlight your trip up the Eiffel Tower, just again, drop another pin. Then you went to the Louvre, drop a pin there. You ate at this fabulous cafe on the Champs-Élysées and you had the best fresh onion soup ever. You're going to drop a pin there. And you can also make it shareable. And so folks that went with you on the trip, they can share their pins and their pictures and their notes too. It's really actually a lot of fun. All righty, let's see. Coming up, we have whether or not your face actually trained AI, how you can see that. If you get a diamond ring in the mail, what that is all about. And before we get to that, let's see. Dylan in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Hi there, Dylan.
Howdy, Kim. How are you doing?
I'm good. Howdy. I love that.
I am one of those annoying millennial truck drivers that went to college and decided there's a whole lot more money to be made doing that than what I got my degree in. So I'm out driving around having a good time in the oil field. And like everybody else my age, I'm on Snapchat.
For sure.
And so I'm in a unique position where there's a lot of crazy stuff we see out here on the road. You know, when I'm in eastern Oklahoma, I'll see alligators or black bears. In western Oklahoma, we'll see antelope or elk or crazy drivers or tornadoes. There's a lot of interesting things. And obviously, between shifting through a 18-speed manual transmission and then just a safety factor, you can't pick up your phone. And so what I'm looking for is a dash cam or something like that it's going to have pretty good video, but mainly that would be easy for me to go in and cut some brief
do little clips,
and transfer it over to either just my camera roll. I think would be the easiest to send to somebody. Where again, I see a lot of crazy stuff, but also it's going to cut down the temptation to try to grab my phone.
Oh, for sure,
to catch something. And so most of the dash cams I've looked at, and I have not looked real close. It seems a little bit cumbersome, to go in and try to retrieve footage. And I'm curious if there's something out there where maybe it's an app to my phone where it's really easy just to, whenever I get parked, to scroll back and find the clip I'm looking for and cut it and move it to my camera roll. You know
what? You mentioned so many crazy things, Dylan. You mentioned alligators and bears and tornadoes in one sentence.
I've seen it all.
What? Okay,
yes.
If you had to pick the craziest, the strangest thing that you have seen driving across Oklahoma, tell us that story. Tell us about it.
Probably going to be a combination of a wildfire they were in the process of putting out and a tornado, really back to back. I could not get a very good picture of it, but I got to see a little bit of both in the same scene. And then going on by, there's a couple of guys working on an oil rig, watching the wildfire and the tornado while they were working. And if I could have, I don't even think I could have got it in one shot, but somebody with a drone could have probably got a couple of guys just casually working on a pump jack, watching a tornado off to the west and a fire to the south and not thinking anything of it. I think that's burned in my brain permanently.
It's just another day. It's just another day. We got stuff that we have to get going in. Okay.
Yeah. Shut down every time we see a tornado now.
Well, there are all kinds of dash cams, right? I mean, anything between $50 and now even like the new Corvettes have them built in, but you have to pay a monthly fee for that. There's a couple in particular that I think are more geared for what you're trying to do. And in particular, the dash cams that have Wi-Fi built in. So this way it's easily transferable from the dash cam right into an app on your phone. And then from there, it's just cut, copy, paste directly, into Snap or something like that. Blackview is the name of a company who actually makes one. They've been around for a long time. And again, it comes with this Blackview app. This one, it's a little bit cheaper. It's about $170. And the reason why is because it doesn't have something that I think is really important in a dash cam, and that is a GPS. You want to be able to have a GPS and a dash cam. So when you start checking all these boxes, it doesn't have night vision, probably not, but for $170, if you just want to tinker around with it, it may be something that you want to do. But if this is something that you're really into, there's another one called Viofo, Viofo. Don't worry about it. We'll send it off to you. And it has GPS, it has night vision, also has Wi-Fi built in, but it's going to be over $300. So, either one of these, and if you look at both of these, you're like, gosh, this is still not the one that I want to look at. We do have some dash cam reviews over at commando.com. That if anytime you're looking for anything that I mentioned here on the show, you can always just use the search tool over at commando.com. But hang on the line, Dylan, and so that this way we can send you out those two options. And keep in mind that if you find any great clips, I want you to send them to us because, we do some video podcasting here over at youtube.com/KimCommando. And hey, you know what? Maybe If something's really good, you'll become insta-famous. Just send us that clip. And Dylan, safe travels to you. All right. Are you ever thinking, like, was my face used to train artificial intelligence? Well, here's the deal. Have you ever posted a photo of yourself online? Okay. Bad news. Yeah, your face was used to train AI. AI image tools, they need tons and tons of data to work. So researchers and companies, they just scraped billions and billions of photos from public websites. They built these massive data sets. So AI companies like ChatGPT and Gemini and DeepSeek and Meta, they were all trained on these massive data sets. So if your pics were public, it was just fair game. One of the biggest gold mines is Flickr. Millions of photos are there, licensed for reuse. Researchers just scooped them up. So how do you tell if your face is in the mix? Well, you can go to haveibeentrained.com. Once again, that's haveibeentrained.com. Click search by face, and you can upload a photo of yourself. It checks to see if your image appears in one of the biggest public data sets used to train AI. I tried it. I am there so many times. I'm like, okay, there you go. All right, let's say you're sitting there at home and you go to check the mail and there's a diamond ring and you're like, whoa, where did this come from? It's a scam. I'm going to tell you more about that. And we're going to take so many more of your phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. Let's see. Back to the phones we go. Diane in Atlanta, Georgia. Glad to have you with us.
Hi, Miss Kim. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How can I help you?
Good. Well, first of all, I love listening to your show. You give me grins and smiles for how you talk to people and all your information that you have for everybody. We really appreciate you out here in the regular world.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Thank you, Diane.
My main reason for calling is I'm wanting a program for transcribing sermons for Sunday mornings for my pastor. And what I found, because years ago I used one, and it's like it took me so long to proof it because, of course, when someone is preaching, they're talking different phrases than the normal correction of the internet does. And so it was taking longer to proof it. What I started doing was then listening to it in my ear and then repeating it through my voice to the machine. And it was just, it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what? I'll tell you, that technology has gotten so much better, amazingly, in probably, I would say, the last 18 to 24 months, that there's been a dramatic burst of where you'd be sitting there going, where you try to translate something or transcribe it rather, and you'd be like, that's not anything where that person said that, you know?
Yes.
So it's like, where did that?
Yes, exactly.
You know, he did not say the cow jumped over the moon. He said, do not commit adultery. How did?
Exactly. You got it. It's exactly it.
Where did that come from? You got a couple ways to do this. You know, one is transcription is now free basically in Microsoft Word and Google Docs. Meaning that, and we've got the steps on how to do it because it does dictation now. And so it's under free dictation tools. And so you could just, conceptually, you could play this off your phone and then see how well it does. Okay. If it doesn't do very well, then that's when you got to call in the professionals. And by that, what I mean is that there's a website called otter.ai. And that's OTTER.ai. It's the one that I use if I need to transcribe anything. Like we will transcribe podcasts and shows and calls and things like that, because this way it allows us to put it into a database so we can refer to it later. It's a pay. You know, it depends upon the package, anywhere between $8 or $50 a month. It's very good, Diane. I mean, like, very good. It's as if there's a person that's listening to each and every word. Also, what I like about it is, I don't know if you have any times of where there's more than one or two people or three people in a sermon or going back and forth, is that with Otter.ai, it'll identify that as person 1, 2, and 3. And then you can refer back and say, person 1 is Diane, person 2 is Kim, person 3 is the devil.
And we would clip him out.
Exactly. We just wipe that guy right out. Right out.
off the board. But no, that's interesting. Yeah, I will definitely check into that.
Yeah, so just, so you can, there's also one that's actually, there's another one that's pretty good. I'm just going to tell you about it because you probably don't need it.
Okay.
Called Descript. And Descript is if you ever wanted to edit the audio, so like you have the text, okay? Mm-hmm. And you're like, you know what? I need to take that sentence out of the audio. So you can take that sentence out of the text and it will automatically take that sentence out of the audio.
Wow.
I know. That's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, that's pretty expensive. It's like a certain number of dollars that you pay for hours, but I think it's free for like an hour in case you ever want to try that out. So that's called Descript.
Oh.
And the other one's called Otter.ai. And then, Google Docs, you can just have it play off your phone or, as I said, Microsoft Word. But I tell you, like I said, this tech is really something. So if you're sitting there with an audio file, maybe it's, maybe somebody in your family talking about your family history, whatever it may be. Now it's time to break it out. And if you need the tools to get that cassette tape, say, into a digital format, whatever it is, we've got some tips over on the website to make that magic happen too. Let's see, Robert in Harrisonburg, Virginia. This looks like an interesting question.
Hello, Kim.
Welcome.
Well, thank you. I have a question about fishing, and I just want to become a better fisherman. Are there sites, apps to connect me to other fishermen or teach me how to fish or where to fish?
That's funny. So have you ever fished?
Not much, am I?
Have you ever fished before?
Yes, when I was a kid, basically.
Okay, so now you're like, okay, I am going to be a real fisherman. I'm going to be the best fisherman ever.
Right.
I just got a picture from a friend of mine who caught a 49.3 pound sea bass. I'm like, oh my gosh, off of Catalina Island in California. I'm like, it is the biggest fish I've ever seen. Okay, I'm not a good fisherman. I'm not the person to give you that advice. I've tried before, and I was learning how to fly fish in Montana, and I actually caught my ear, and I was like, okay, this is not the sport for Kim Commando. This is not.
To beat that, yeah.
Let's not do it. There's an app called Fishbrain.
Okay.
And it's pretty popular. It helps you find fishing spots near you, and it has a great 5-star review. You get maps and forecasts and tools. And then there's this, you mentioned finding other fishermen. It has a community, they say, of 15 million fishermen. Wow. So if you're looking to find people to go fishing with, I think it would be it. They say also on this app that they can help you find where the fish may be, hanging out, and where you can get a nice catch.
Are there comparable apps to that are less expensive?
Why, have you looked at that one?
A little pricey, yes.
How much are you looking at?
It's about $10 a month.
$10 a month, and you're going to find all the fish near you. I think that's worth it.
Well,
come on, you're
the go-to person.
There are free fishing apps, but let me put together a list for you. I'll put them inside the free newsletter. I only quite frankly, know about Fishbrain. So do you get our free newsletter?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll post some links to some other free fishing apps. I might have to do some research. If you don't already get our newsletter, head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. Yeah, we cover it all in our free newsletter every single day. So let me ask you this, Robert, okay? What did the fisherman say to the magician? What did the fisherman say to the magician? You ready? Pick a cod, any cod.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy corny jokes.
Well, here, remember when you're fishing, you never want to make a bass out of yourself. Oh, I know. That was bad. Hey, listen, over at Trustpilot, the Kim Commando Show and the Kim Commando newsletters have a 5 out of 5-star rating. It's amazing, with almost 700 reviews. So you get the show. If you're not getting the newsletter, let me tell you, you're missing out. You want to head over to getkim.com. Over 650,000 folks get my newsletter every single morning to always stay tech ahead. Once again, that address is getkim.com, getkim.com. All right, let's say you get a diamond ring in the mail. What's going on with that, and how are you going to get scammed? The answer is still to come here on the Kim Commando Show.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Hey, if you're not already following me on social media, let me tell you, you're just missing out. I post videos, some tech tips, some behind the scenes that you're definitely not going to want to miss. And you're going to find me all over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or X. Just search for Kim Commando. And every time you watch a video, you're telling the algorithm, hey, I really like her. So keep watching and make sure, especially on YouTube, that you subscribe to my channel so that this way you get an alert every single time that we go live, because we do podcasts and we have specials and we've got a lot of shorts. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens over on our YouTube channel. We've got over, we have over 100,000 followers right now. So that's the most important one to me, youtube.com/Kim Commando. All right, let's go to Mississippi for this. Tiffany Grove walked out to her mailbox. She found a surprise, a red box with a diamond ring. And it said it was from Amazon Fulfillment. It came with a QR code for a warranty. Okay, what girl doesn't want a brand new diamond ring? This is a major scam that's been hitting mailboxes all across the country. If you scan the QR code, it takes you to a phishing site. It's going to steal your personal information. Going to ask for your name, your address, your credit card number. So this way you can get a warranty on a fake diamond ring. Now, also, some of these sites are going to try to install malware on your phone or your computer designed to steal every account name and password that's on it. Yeah. The diamond ring, it's a total trap. Hey, it's our Christmas cash giveaway powered by Incogni. You know, you can hire real humans to scrub your personal data off the internet. Seriously, it's wild how much of your information is out there. And right now, you can get 60% off by going to privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. Giving away $500 gift cards, $200 gift cards, $100 gift cards, and $1,000 gift card. Yes, go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on, just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.